Well, Chris Popper, I'm joined by Barb Neilly, who's the principal here at the Connors Emerson School, and MaryAnne Young, who you've taught here for how long?
Many years. I started in 1986.
Okay. So, first of all, congratulations. You are one of only 3 blue ribbon schools of excellence here in the state of Maine, and that announcement came last week. This is the second time that the Connors Emerson School has won that award.
Correct.
So tell us a little bit about it, about the process of applying. Did you know this was happening, and how this all works?
You're invited to apply to be a blue ribbon school, and so you have to make sure that you're fitting all the criteria. Students have to make sure that they've really progressed. Our goal is to make sure every student makes at least a year's worth of progress. They also look at different socioeconomic groups and want to make sure that all different types of groups of students are making the same kind of progress. A big consideration is closing the gap, and so making sure academic gaps are getting eliminated or closing down. And I think attendance, believe it or not, is a high consideration. And we have averaged over 95% attendance, daily attendance, for the last 3 years.
Wow.
So,
I mean, my wife's a teacher. Having children attend school is a key thing, because it just, as now you're going into the Core Plus model, and I don't know if that's shifted down to the elementary schools yet, but I mean, everything's built upon building blocks, and if you don't have the children here, it's easy to fall behind.
It is.
So getting them here is part of the battle.
a big part of the battle. We open our schools at 7:30 in the morning for parents who need to drop students off. We offer breakfast. We make sure students have snacks. We have been known to go and pick up students when need be, with parents supporting that and asking for that. So we're really about doing whatever it takes for the kids to be successful. And it looks different for each student. That's something I think that this school really excels at, and the staff particularly.
To have, to win an award like that is going to have the buy-in from the teachers, without any question.
I think it has to have the buy-in from everybody. You know, it has the staff and our students and the community. Like, we're in it together, and I think that's one of the beautiful things about our school. We are very blessed to have the community support that we do have. Yeah.
So, what do you attribute the winning this, or the mentality? I mean, you're only one of 3 in Maine. What's driven it to the Connors Emerson School to win these awards? And I mean, to win it twice, it really says something.
Well, I think it says a lot about the staff. We have a tremendous staff who are caring, empathetic, know the kids. I think if anything that sets us apart from many schools is that our staff knows the children. And that's so key.
Do you have a lot of turnover, or is that?
We turnover with staff or with students?
With staff.
Not. We are starting to have some turnover.
And is that because of
retirement?
Retirement.
Yep.
Yeah, some of us are getting older.
So that's one thing. But as MaryAnne had pointed out, the community support is really what makes us different. The town of Bar Harbor has been incredibly supportive. They've taken care of the needs when they've seen the needs. They've been proactive. We have a school social worker in addition to a guidance counselor, which I think makes a huge difference.
Which is different from other elementary schools on the island.
Correct. So the social worker really is a position that allows someone to go in and work with families in the home, outside of school. And for some families, that's what's needed.
You sit here and you think of Bar Harbor, and people are under the impression that it is a very well-to-do town. And because of all the hotels, of all the restaurants, of all the shops. And where the business community flourishes for 8 to 9 months out of the year, citizens of Bar Harbor are cut across all kind of economic and racial and socioeconomic, the entire stratus from very rich to those that are needing free and reduced lunches and breakfasts.
And about 20% of our population qualifies for free and reduced, and my sense is that we would have even more if people applied. So
having that social worker really gives you that leg up to be able to achieve this blue ribbon status.
And just this morning we had a request from a parent to help find housing. So, it's a challenge, and that's a luxury for us. People want to stay in our school. They're proud of our school.
What would you like to add in terms of being a teacher here?
Well, it is the best place to work. I came here a long time ago and found my home. I mean, I love teaching and could probably do it anywhere.
Yeah.
Give me the primary, that's my favorite. But I felt a fit right away. And as time's gone on, I really identify with this place, and I know I'm not alone when I say that. The support that we have from our administration and from the community is massive. We have, not just the community who's willing to support us financially and be proactive that way, but we have a lot of community organizations that are willing to and want to collaborate with us, which helps us as professionals deepen our understanding and provide other opportunities for our students that we might not be able to do independently. I think the collegiality here is huge. We have teams that work very well together, want to collaborate. All teachers go above and beyond. You know what? We know that. I think our staff maybe does it a little bit more than some of the others. We meet early. We meet often. We meet when we need to. So there's no punching a clock here. But I think the hours that we do put in, especially when we have the support of other colleagues and community, and we're working for the kids, it's time that's well spent. So I think that's one of the things that I have felt here is that my time, no matter how much I put in, is well spent.
And I think the other part to add is that as a district, the professional development that our staff enjoys and participates in is really second to none.
Is that through Julie Kablinski, or is that?
It's more through Julie Meltzer,
okay.
But it's actually through surveys and asking the staff what they need. In fact, some of our staff put together a grant and brought in Jessica Minahan, who works nationally known speaker. We've worked with Ross Green, internationally known. He chose this school to come and work with us. We have local and international folks, Candace Bray, Alan Tomasello, those folks. So we have, and it is the luxury of having superb professional development.
So in other words, when it's a teacher in service day, you're not sitting there going, oh Lord, what are we going to talk about today? And this is a waste of time. This is actually something that is beneficial for the school and for the teachers.
Yep, it's diverse that we usually have offerings for things that are important to us, because depending upon where we are in our careers or grade level changes or content experience, we may want different things. So to have options to choose from so we can each say, this is more important to me, I need to spend my time learning this, and let someone else go learn that because that's important to them, it really validates what our needs are, and then the PD really tries to meet everybody's needs across the table. And once upon a time it was more like a one-size-fits-all. You go, you do the sit and get, and people got different levels from that.
Right.
And this way it's much more personalized. And then we sometimes we even have our own, what we call My Time, where you can say for a 45-minute block, this is something that wasn't offered today, but it's really important that I spend my time doing this. And it really validates being a professional, being trusted to use that time that will help you help your students. So
no doubt
another gift.
As a husband of a teacher, I can appreciate that, because I listen to my wife, and it's like, if I could just have 45 minutes and concentrate on what I need to do, I'd be much better off and be able to better serve the students. So I completely agree with that. What do you want to say to the community? I mean, you can't do this without the community.
Absolutely not. And again, we're just so blessed and thankful, and look forward to continuing offering the best programming we can.
So there's going to be some kind of community celebration at some date.
Yes. A staff member and I will be headed down to Washington, D.C. in early November. And then when we come back from that, we will have the award. And so we will put it on display and have some sort of community open house we're envisioning.
Excellent. We'll make sure everybody knows about that when that happens.
Thank you.
Yes, yeah.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks for watching this video. Check out all the other videos we have on the WDEA YouTube channel.